Hi everyone, welcome back to the second episode of the Wedding Show and Tell podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode and enjoyed just getting to know me a little bit more. And today's episode I have prepared for you guys is something that I feel like would be really helpful and is something that I can definitely share a lot about. And it's basically how to pick the right photographer for you. So this episode it can apply to both pre-wedding and wedding day photographers, but mostly it will be more focused towards the wedding day aspect, and all of my tips will be more easily applied for picking wedding day photographers. So yeah, it's very important to pick the right photographer for many different reasons, but just to list a few, the first reason is because you're going to spend the full day with them, especially for a wedding photographer. For a couple session or pre-wedding, you might be spending only 2 hours or 5 hours with them, but if you pick your wedding photographer, you're basically spending like 15 hours of that day with them. And even before the wedding day, you're going to spend months with them planning. And then after the wedding day, you still have to get the deliverables from them. So that's going to be a long time. So you need to pick someone that you like. And another reason for picking the right photographer is because it's a super important job and it's an important day. So you want to pick someone who is responsible and reliable and someone that you really trust can do your day justice and can give you the support that you need the day of. And other reason that picking the right photographer is super important is that your wedding day, that day alone will only happen for one day. And your photos are going to be the only representation of it because the wedding day is so hectic. It's hard for you to be present at every single moment. As hard as you try, it's just there's no way that you can be present at every single moment and you can't really witness everything that's happening on the day. So when you pick your photographer, they're basically documenting the day and capturing all the moments that you're going to miss. So you need to be very specific with picking the right photographer that you trust can do that for you. And you also need to pick the right photographer because if they have the right experience, they will make your day so much easier by giving you the right advice, the right suggestions, telling you what to expect before, and just helping you with the day and making it less stressful and more easier on the day so you can just focus on the moment instead of all the other different things that you need to stress about. So yeah, these are just a few reasons why you need to pick the right photographer, but now I'm going to just share a few points on how you can actually pick the right one that is for you. So the first thing that I would look at, as I've mentioned, is you need to like this person because you're going to spend so much time with them, and if you don't like them, it's going to be a lot. You have to at least be able to spend time with them and enjoy spending time with them. And I think it would also help if you were to know the type of personality that you are and try to match that with the photographer that you're looking to hire. So say you are more introverted and you prefer to have a more chilled experience, and this can apply to both pre-wedding shoots and wedding day shoots. If you want the whole day to just feel a little bit more relaxed, nothing too out there, too crazy, then I think it would help if you hired a photographer that is a similar personality of yours. And on the other hand, if you are more outgoing and you're more adventurous, more down to try something new, then I think definitely go find a photographer that you think will be able to step out of their comfort zone and will be down to try something new. So you guys can also create like great memories together and have fun at the same time. So the easiest way to know if you like this person is when you first DM them on Instagram or you first leave an inquiry on their website. So by the tone of how they respond to you should be a pretty clear indication of what they're like. So say they are very direct and they send you all the information that they need, then maybe you know they are a very prepared person. Or if you reach out to them and they're super friendly, super nice, then you know they are probably more friendly, easier to get along with. And by talking to them, just asking them questions and seeing how they answer, this will definitely help you not just get to know who they are, but also form a relationship with them even before you pay and confirm your booking with them. So definitely take this time to not just understand what they offer in their packages, but also get to know who they are as a person and try to see if you will enjoy working with them. But also, a total side note, this will also apply to us photographers as well, especially for beginner photographers, wedding photographers who are still trying to build up their portfolio. I feel like we usually just take in any client that comes to us, and sometimes they might not be the best fit personality-wise, but we'll still do it just for the portfolio, for the experience. But I feel like if it's not the best fit for us, we can also politely tell them that we might not be the best fit working together, and we can also just like gently guide them to someone else who we think will be better fitted for them. So yeah, I think it's definitely like a two-sided thing. Yeah, definitely works best if both parties are happy being in the same room as the other person. So yeah, that was the first point, just making sure that you like the person. And the second point would be budget. So budget is definitely important and you should have a budget. So make sure when you're asking and you're inquiring for their services, you know the packages that they offer and how much each package would cost. I think it would also help if you ask whether they have any extra charges like taxi fees or meals, overtime, just so you can have a better idea for when you are paying either the deposit or the balance, that you know everything adds up to be still within your budget. And if it's not right, then that's also completely okay. There are so many other photographers and there are definitely more budget-friendly options. So I think do ask around. It's okay to ask around. Just make sure to know your budget and know how far you're able to push it. Because I think how much a photographer is worth is not up to us to determine, it's up to you guys. So one person might think that I'm too cheap, but another person could also think that I'm too expensive. So yeah, there's no right or wrong, just make sure you have a set budget and stick with it if you're happy with sticking to that budget. I know sometimes people question if negotiations or asking for a discount is a good thing for us. I would say this may differ from different photographers, but I think there's always room for discussion. But I think the thing with asking for discounts and negotiation is that there's no way to expect the same amount of service for a lower price. I think if you were to try and see if you could work around your budget, then maybe let them know you're okay with paying less and also accepting the fact that you will perhaps receive few deliverables, or maybe you're okay with less service hours, because I think photography it's just as a professional profession as like a doctor or a lawyer, and I don't think doctors and lawyers would be willing to give out discounts as easily. And I think some people don't know that photographers are not there just for a day. They're there beforehand to do all the planning, the timeline scheduling, meetings, and even after the day we still have to edit, deliver them, update our websites and post. So there's a lot of work that goes into just one wedding day shoot. This is something that I know a lot of people don't actually realize. It's not just paying for one day. So, yeah. If you are going to try and see if you can have more discussion with your photographer, then just as long as we keep things politely, then that's okay. And then the third point is to make sure you know their package and you know what each package offers and if they fit your needs or not. So a lot of clients will book straight up, and sometimes I will have to remind them that these are all the things that they are booking for. So I would like to remind you guys that when you are booking, make sure to ask these questions, like how many photos are going to be delivered, are those photos enough for you, or is it what you're expected? And how you're going to get those photos. Is it by USB, or is it by a Google Drive? Is it by a photo delivery service website? Or are you going to get meetings beforehand? How many downloads you can get? How long do you get those photos for before they're taken down? Other things like deposit, how much do you have to put down? Also, most importantly, do they even have a contract? I think contracts are so important because they ensure both parties. So make sure if the photographer does have a contract that you read through everything and that you understand everything, and make sure that you're happy with all the terms, because if you're not 100% happy, I'd say don't sign it, because you don't want to regret one of the most important days of your life. So I think wait until you're 100% happy and then sign the contract, because there's no going back after the contract. Yeah, and also make sure to ask questions if you don't understand any of the terms on the contract. Your photographer should be happy to answer, and they should have the answers to all your questions. So, yeah, it's just important to make sure the package matches your needs. So, the next thing is to make sure that your photographer has experience, or at least enough experience in your eyes. You're not just paying for their experience the day of, you're paying for their experience of helping you plan your wedding. You're also getting their experience for how they're going to approach your day. And it's just not only about the photos, because a photographer's experience can help you a lot. They can help you for a pre-wedding shoot. They can help you plan, think of concepts, let you know how to find the right dress, how to plan transportations. And for the wedding day, it's even more straightforward. They can help lead and guide you through the whole day and handle all the last minute challenges or last minute changes that come up. Photographers with good enough experience should be able to handle any upcoming challenges, whether it be like rain or last minute venue issues. Yeah, so make sure to get someone who you trust that can handle these situations well. I don't necessarily mean they need to have like 10 or 15 years plus experience in the industry, just because I've seen those photographers who have been in the industry for like 15 years, but they're also very burnt out and very tired. And I don't think those photographers would be a good fit as well. At the same time, I was once a beginner photographer, and a lot of my couples still had trust in me, and they knew that I would be able to help them when problems or challenges come up. So I think as long as you have faith in them and you trust that they can help you, then that's good enough. Yeah. And then the final point would be to make sure that you like their style. So there are lots of styles in photography, but also like wedding photography. Say there's more editorial, there's more moody, documentary, fun, youthful. So how do you navigate through all these different styles if you haven't really looked into it and you don't really know what you like? So what I would suggest is to go on Pinterest or go on Instagram and create your own mood board. Just pin all the photos or save all the photos that you like. And then once you have your photo set, then start to analyze what you like about those photos. Is it the editing? Is it the color? Is it the composition? Is it the story that it's telling or the mood? Then once you have figured out what you like the most, then put in a list prioritizing what you think is the most important. So say you do prefer more documentary style photos, and then you can go onto Instagram or Google and just put in like documentary photographer in Hong Kong. Then there should be quite a few that will show up. Once you do see all the photographers, it's going to take a while, but I would definitely suggest going into their feed and scrolling one by one. Once you see their feed, I think it will be very clear to you whether this photographer is right for you, because a photographer's feed, Instagram feed, is pretty much what they're trying to convey. It's the quickest way for them to tell a client or a potential client that this is what my work looks like, and if you like it, then approach me. So by going through their feed, you should quickly be able to know if this person is right for you. But once you are pretty firm on, say you've narrowed down to like 3 photographers who you like their feed, I would say then please reach out to them and then ask them for their website or at least a full gallery. So their Instagram is definitely going to be their best work, but you won't know their full potential or their full capability and skill until you go through their full gallery, because that's when you really get to see every single photo for every single portion. So make sure you go through their whole gallery and that make sure you like everything you see. And if there's something you don't like about this photographer, I would say, sure, you can let them know, could you maybe try and make these changes or these small tweaks? But if that's not their style and they're changing their style for you, I think it would be a better alternative if you were to just find another photographer with that style already, because that other photographer with this style is definitely going to perform better and deliver photos that are more to your taste than to have another photographer try and mimic that one photographer. So take some time. It's going to take a while, definitely scrolling through so many accounts on Instagram. But yeah, I think knowing what you like will definitely help the whole process. And if you have friends who have already gotten married, then please ask them for advice as well. And if you have their full gallery, like if your friends have gotten married and you get access to their full gallery, it's a good way to just go through and see what the day could look like. Or say you find a photographer that you really like and you really want to make sure, just try to see if you can imagine yourself in these photos and if you can imagine your wedding day in these photos. If you can't, then I would say just try someone else. But if you do see yourself being photographed by this photographer in this style, then definitely go for it. Talk to them and then see if you like this person. So yeah, just a very quick recap. 5 points. The first thing is you need to like them, you need to vibe with them. The second point would be budget. Make sure the budget is within your budget and you're not forcing yourself just to book a photographer. The third thing would be to know what their package includes and if it's the right fit for you. 4 would be the experience they have and whether or not you trust them for the day and to have them solve any problems that come up on the day last minute. And 5 is just the photographer's style and whether or not you like those photos. So yeah, that was today's episode. I hope it was helpful. And if you have just started looking for photographers, I hope this helps you and it makes it easier for you to search. Or if you've already narrowed down to a few, then hopefully this will help you find that perfect one that is right for you. So the past 2 episodes, this one and the first one that I did was just episodes by myself. And as much as I've enjoyed talking to you guys, I think it's time for me to bring in a guest. So next week, I'm super excited to let you guys know that there will be a guest. It's going to be our first guest on this podcast. I'm not going to tell exactly who, but it is a makeup artist, and she has told me that she's already so excited to come on this podcast and share all her thoughts and skills and experience with you guys, and also give you guys advice maybe on trends and favorite products. So hopefully that's something you guys are excited about, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want.